Pedro, thanks very much for joining us. For those that don't know, just give us a quick update on the company.
Grupo Sil is a relatively small entity. It started in 1952 on development, and that's the part that I lead of the business. We also had an agency that was started in 1982, and the asset management started in 1987. There's approximately 500 million euros on the management there. Our land bank is roughly 200,000 square meters to be built. So we hope to invest about 450 million and hopefully achieve about 900 million of sales. We want to do that as quickly as is feasible from the point of view of approvals, from the point of view of our own investment capacity, and also from the point of view of absorption of the market. We are about 85 people. Turnover last year was about 80 million.
And in terms of the market, Pedro, what are you seeing at the moment?
It's fair to say that a lot of decisions are being delayed from the investment side and also from the occupiers. People are still, learning about, the pandemic and the effects of the pandemic on their business and on their lives. So, I think everybody's being cautious. There's less business. There's less rentals and there's less sales than there was 2 years ago.
And looking forward, Pedro, how are you seeing the short-term outlook, but also the sort of longer-term view on the market?
Our industry is very slow to put product in the market. If demand goes up, we can't just work more hours at a factory and build more cars or whatever. There's a huge time lag of 5 years for us to on the supply side respond. And when that happens and there is just not extra supply and demand goes up, the prices skyrocket until eventually we catch up. And usually when we catch up, there's an overflow of a supply. And then you have a bit of a problem on the real estate industry, and markets need to, what people usually call a bubble. What I think is going to happen is there's not going to be a lot being built speculatively now in the last year and this year and probably next year, because people are being more prudent and banks are lending less. That would make me believe that, in about 3 years' time, there is maybe going to be a short of supply. If you add to that a macroeconomic picture that last year, this year, and next year are not very good in terms of the economy in general, the economy doesn't sort of start from one day to the other. I would reckon that 2021 and 2022 will not be good years for the market. But I think when things start picking up in 23 and 24, then our industry is going to be behind as usual. And therefore, prices will skyrocket we will definitely have a huge recovery in those 2 years. And so we're betting on that. We're going to build as much as we can to be ready for 23, 24, 25, because we always prefer to arrive earlier to the market rather than late. You see, being early doesn't cost much. 2% interest rate on construction cost is 50 euros per year. Being late, it might mean you have to wait until the next cycle, and that could be a long time. So my view on the market is that I believe the market is going to go down for 2 years, and then it's going to recover much quicker than everybody probably expects.
Great to get that perspective from you. Thanks very much for joining us, Pedro.
Oh, it's my pleasure.